Easy Nation, and welcome to another episode of the Easy K Show. I am Darth Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
And this is episode 158 of the Easy K Show. Guys, I hope everyone's having a very good end of Thanksgiving as we're getting ready to start back another regular week in the world. But guess what? We got new movies coming out in the upcoming months. This is our annual Easy Cage episode where we talk about what's coming up in the week in the month of December, the last month, as we craft our top tens are getting closer and closer to coming out. And so this is our final candidates and movies that could possibly make that final list that me and Rainy Case are excited about, so we can bring to you on my YouTube channel at the beginning of next month, because it won't be out by the end of the month. It'll be out probably towards the first weekend of January, most likely. So, because there's a movie I want to see right before that airs on Netflix that day, and I was like, I kind of want to watch that before I do my top 10. So,
well, there's a movie I want to see that we'll talk about towards the end that literally is only New York and LA the very last day of the year. So
yeah, so
I won't be doing my list until we see that movie for sure, unless it just gets horrible reviews or something. But
oh, okay, well, because that movie doesn't come out to the end of January, and I would rather have our top 10s out.
It comes out at the end of January.
Yeah.
Like digitally, or is it like going to slowly expand?
No, it's supposed to be in theaters by the end of January.
See, I'm hoping that it'll expand quicker.
So, because I want to do our top 10 by at least by the at the end of the first weekend of January. So, and then you can just go like, well, this would have made my list, but it didn't. So, just that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, let's talk about some movies right now. So, the first movie coming out in a couple days on Netflix, The Power of the Dog. This has got like a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't even know what the movie's really about.
I saw a trailer for this the other day. Kristen Dunst is in it. Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. See, it's a Western. It's a Western, yeah. So it's a domineering rancher responds with mocking cruelty when his brother brings home a new wife and her son until the unexpected comes to pass. So yeah. So this comes out on Netflix. It's probably the movie I watch this upcoming weekend. And because there's really nothing in theaters right now to see unless something gets more wide release. But there's one movie I want to see that hasn't come to our theater. It's that Come On, the new Joaquin Phoenix movie. It's got great reviews. Joaquin Phoenix probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. That'd be the only way I would venture back to see it to theaters before the next weekend.
I've never even heard of that.
I saw a trailer for it when I saw Belfast, and I was like, that looks really good. So it's black and white. It's like this Joaquin Phoenix is a dad. I mean, it looks pretty good.
Huh.
So, but yeah, I want to check that out.
Did we talk about Licorice Pizza last month?
I don't remember, man. let me roll back the footage. Sure.
Because I was noticing it supposedly came out in limited release in November 26th, and that's another movie I want to see that hopefully is coming out this month in our theaters around here.
Yeah.
Or at the very least is available around Christmas time when I go to Nashville, or when we go to Nashville.
We go to Nashville. December 26th. Yep. All right. So the other movie coming out this that weekend, coming out on the 3rd, is a movie called Encounter, which actually comes out on Amazon on the 10th, but it comes out in select theaters on the 3rd. The movie's got decent reviews. It's got Riz Ahmed. It's some kind of like sci-fi movie. I don't really know what it's about.
A decorated Marine goes on a rescue mission to save his 2 young sons from an unhuman threat.
Huh. Yeah. So it comes out this weekend. It's got, like I said, it's got decent reviews right now. It's not the greatest reviews, but it might be worth checking out, especially since it's going to be coming out on Amazon.
Huh. I'm going to check that out.
Okay. The other movies coming out.
I don't see nothing here. Except Dune's coming to oh no, never mind. Dune's already on HBO Max.
Well, no, it's not on HBO Max anymore, I would imagine. because
I want it on,
they released
Blu-ray.
right. So Duke comes out for the month, and then they're done for a little bit. So okay, let's move on to December 10th, a national holiday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is the holiday on December 10th?
It's Darfeezy's birthday.
Oh. Oh. Well, happy birthday.
Right.
Looks like you get to see West Side Story on your birthday.
Right, but before we talk about West Side Story, we're going to
Oh.
talk about National Champions. I saw a trailer for this last night,
Yeah.
and I think this looks pretty good actually. It's about this college football player who's the projected number one draft pick for the NFL, and he basically starts a movement where he says like the NCAA is our coach gets paid $5.5 million, where college athletes should be getting paid. So they start like a boycott of the national championship game, and that's basically your premise of the movie. And it's got J.K. Simmons as the coach. It looks not bad. I mean, it could be terrible. You never know.
Yeah.
And this movie is kind of past a point because college athletes are now getting paid. But at the time when this movie was being made, probably it was like this is a big issue. But the issue's kind of resolved. But you know what? I check out a cool little interesting sports movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm off the high of King Richard, so I'll watch a sports movie. I did see this trailer too when I went and saw House of Gucci, and I was like, huh. Like, it didn't blow me away, and it could be crap, but I'll check it out if it gets good reviews.
Okay, the other movie coming out this weekend. This movie is coming out on Amazon on the 21st, and this could be a movie that worth checking out. It's from Aaron Sorkin, Being the Ricardos.
What? Aaron
Yeah.
Sorkin is directing this?
I knew you talking to Freddie.
Dad,
Well, I was wanting you to ask him something.
huh? Dad, I'm busy.
It wasn't Freddie.
Dad, I'm talking to Aaron.
Oh,
Okay, what was I talking about?
I didn't realize Aaron Sorkin directed this.
Yeah, it's Aaron Sorkin. It's the basic premise of it is shocking personal accusations, a political smear, and cultural taboos threaten the relationship between Hollywood power couple Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
Oh, it's like on those two. What's the show?
It's I Love Lucy.
Yeah. Huh. Well, he's all about doing like kind of like
real stories and
like
controversial
behind the scene drama. Yeah.
Like you had Molly's Game, you had Trial of the Chicago 7. I mean, Aaron Sorkin's a great director. I mean, I'm glad he's. We didn't really know what we were going to get when we first saw Molly's Game. Really liked Molly's Game. Really liked his second movie, Trial of the Chicago 7, was actually my favorite movie last year, just because there really wasn't a lot of movies out last year. So I'm interested to check it out, Being the Ricardos. This could be a very good, interesting film, and I always love listening to a Aaron Sorkin script.
Yeah, I'm gonna pin this because I want to watch that trailer. It does have a trailer. I've never seen it. I'm gonna check that out.
Okay, another movie coming out, but it's not actually coming out until the Christmas Eve. Is the movie Don't Look Up, which is Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill,
yeah.
and that one director, I always forget what his name is.
Yeah, they're putting it in theaters because they must think it has some
Oscar consideration. Well, I mean, all of his movies lately have been getting some Oscar consideration. Like I know Vice, Christian Bale got nominated. The Big Short got nominated in a bunch of different categories. So I mean, it's not a crazy thing. I mean, it's DiCaprio. I mean, it's a different role I've ever. Well, I've wanted to talk about DiCaprio because I like DiCaprio more than I like Jennifer Lawrence. I like looking at Jennifer Lawrence more, but I like DiCaprio more.
She's more than a pretty face.
But I really like this just from DiCaprio's point of view. He's playing a different character he's ever played before. Where they're basically there's these they're just are they? I don't know if they're married or if they're just a couple or they're just business partners. I don't really know. But basically, the world's about to come to an end, and they're trying to tell people, and they're like, "Is it though? It's fine. Don't worry about it." And then you have Jonah Hill, who's very funny in the movie. It looks like, and I'm looking forward to this movie. I mean, it's the first time we've seen Jonah Hill and Dicaprio together since Wolf of Wall Street. And
It
I
looks
think,
like they flipped roles almost. Like
yeah,
Leonardo looks like he's playing a Jonah Hill character, and Jonah
yeah,
Hill looks like he's playing a serious character.
yeah. So yeah, I think this looks good. Jennifer Lawrence looks fine in it. I haven't been blown away with anything Jennifer Lawrence since early 2010s personally. So I mean, uh, Joy was, I know you loved it, but I hated it, and that performance just didn't do anything for me. And for her to be nominated for the movie, it's just because she's Jennifer Lawrence. So it's kind of like giving Meryl Streep an Oscar nom just because it's Meryl Streep. So, and then I didn't watch Red Sparrow, but I heard it wasn't that great. And that's really the last movie. And then her X-Men movies haven't. Those X2, I haven't seen the last X-Men movie she was in. And then,
Yeah, she's been taking a break, and also she's got she's preggo.
Yeah, but she wasn't pregnant at the time of this movie.
No,
so, so yeah, I mean, I'll check it out, and I'm hoping it's good. It's on Netflix the 24th, so I'll probably be a movie I watch maybe on Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, the movie I'm looking most forward to the entire month is West Side Story.
That is insane. But you're looking forward to this more than another movie.
Well, it's got a lot of things for me, just because it's a remake of the iconic 1960s original West Side Story. It is Steven Spielberg directing the movie. The trailer, it's been great. Every time I watch it, I get goosebumps watching it. So, and it's got Ansel Elgort, and then it's got a bunch of other people in the cast as well. I like how it does feel like just a modern retelling of the original story, where you have the racial things in there between the Jets, the Sharks, and I think this movie looks good. I don't think it'll be as good as the original, because the original is one of my top 100 movies of all time. But I'm looking forward to checking out, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Spielberg does a musical, because this is Spielberg's first movie musical we've ever seen. So I'm interested in checking that out.
Yeah, I've never seen the original, so I'm just going to go in this. Let's see if I enjoy it or not. The trailers do look good. Mm-hmm. I do like musicals, so I'm definitely going and seeing this. Well, I can't say I'm as excited as you are, but
I guess we'll see that Okay, so move on to the next weekend. We have a movie coming out on Apple Plus called Swan Song. It is Mahershala Ali. Don't know what the movie's about, but I was like, sure, let's. I'll see that. I'll read you a little description. It's got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes already.
Awkwafina's in it.
And yeah, it's got Awkwafina, Naomi Harris, and Glenn Close. A loving husband and father diagnosed with a terminal illness is presented with an alternate solution by his doctor to shield his family from grief. So I think a lot of it is basically Mahershala Ali's dying. He puts I guess, robot, or he puts his stuff into an AI to stay alive. It's Swan Song, and that's your basic premise of the movie. So I really like Mahershala Ali. He's won 2 Oscars. And he's a good actor. Every time I see him in anything, I'm interested in checking it out. So I'm looking forward to this. Sure.
Never heard of it, but sounds interesting.
Okay. The other movie coming out this weekend is Nightmare Alley. This is the Guillermo del Toro movie, which I don't know how I feel about, and it's Guillermo del Toro for me is a lot like Tim Burton, where I don't know what I'm going to get. Or I might love the movie, I might hate the movie. There is no in between on Del Toro.
Well, have you seen the trailer for the 2 trailers for this?
Well,
there's one that makes it look like this is like a creature feature, and then the second one was like, oh, it's like a political drama. Like I was like, this looks like 2 completely different movies. So I don't know about this movie either. I mean, I'm intrigued, but it looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, I love Shape of Water. It received a Easy Cage Award for Best Picture of that year. So I mean, I mean, this movie could be interesting, or it could be terrible. And it can go either way with Del Toro, and it's got me interested, and I'm like, so it's kind of it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah,
It's got a great cast too. I think like Kate Blanchett's in the movie.
Yeah, Rooney Mara and
Sally
William
Hawkins
Dafoe.
is back in it. Richard Jenkins is in there. I mean, it's got a lot of Del Toro staples in the movie.
Yeah, I think I'll be checking it out.
Okay, now moving on to your most anticipated movie of the month. The re-release of Clifford the Big Red Dog. Spider-Man No Way Home finally comes out. We'll see if it lives up to the hype. There's so much hype to this movie that there's no way it lives up to the hype.
No way it lives up to the hype. More looking forward to how they conclude that this may be the end of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
And I just, I don't know. I want to see how they do it. You're right. It's got the most hype of any movie ever. I can't think of something that's been hyped up more than this, than maybe like The Force Awakens. And it was lived up to the hype, I feel like, at the time. For me anyways. But I don't see how it can live up to the hype, because if they do, don't do one thing that people are hoping they do, then it's going to be a disappointment for people. But I don't know. I'm excited. I like Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. They're some of my favorites. I think everybody has been asking me, like, well, who's your favorite Spider-Man? And I'm like, really? I feel like right now it's Tom Holland. It's still my favorite Spider-Man. I was like, could they ruin it come December 17th? Possibly, but I'm excited. I want to see what they do with it. And I'm also excited about the future it could open up for other MCU movies, even if Tom Holland is going to be gone. And
be honest with you, I'm more excited about the possibility of Matt Murdock being in Charlie Cox being in more. I'm more excited about that than I am actually Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield possibly in it. And I have a feeling Andrew Garfield is not in this movie. You
are insane. If you think that Andrew Garfield is not in this movie, you have lost your mind. There is photo evidence that has not been doctored in any way. He is in this movie.
Okay, but what if he's not? I think Tobey Maguire is for sure in this movie. But I don't think Andrew Garfield is going to be in this movie.
You're crazy. There's not a chance in hell that he's not in this movie. I sent you. Did I not send you pictures?
You did.
He's in the movie.
Well, I don't know. I'll believe that when I say it, because it kind of looks. That doesn't look 100% to me. Okay. So
there's more. There's way more pictures. I just sent you too.
But I just don't want us to be like, yeah, he's gonna be in this movie, and then when we watch it, he's not in this movie. We're disappointed that he wasn't in the movie.
Okay, let's take it back. If for some reason I think there's a 0.001% chance they're not in this movie, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'll force myself to not be disappointed.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, I mean, everything, like the last trailer was great. I mean, to see Electro in like the comics costume, it's cool. I mean, that's just something that the Marvel Cinematic Studios has been doing a really good job in. And it'll be a shame if they get rid of Marvel Studios and go back to the great production value of Morbius and Venom production. So, because Venom is nowhere near as good as Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home.
No, it's not. So, but that's not what Sony thinks. Sony thinks same level.
It's not. It's not. It's not. I mean, but for seeing Dr. Octavius, to see Sandman was cool. To see the Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man series. I mean, it's cool seeing all these different characters in and see how they deliver it. So, and like I said, Far From Home wasn't my favorite Spider-Man movie. It was okay. It just, it's I think it's one of the weaker MCU films, and it might just be a lot of it just coming out of Endgame, and I don't know. We'll see what happens in a few weeks.
Excited Monday. I'm buying tickets Monday.
Okay, so
Spider Monday.
Spider Monday. So, all right, let's move on to the next weekend, and that is a movie that's been delayed for a very long time. That is The King's Man. All right, so
Yes.
King's Man, it's got Ralph Fiennes in the movie as the main character. I don't really know who else is really It's got Demia Hujan from like Gladiator and Guardians of the Galaxy. I think this movie's gonna suck.
I've been back and forth on this. I think when we did our most anticipated of the fall, I put this in here because I was like, Disney, when they bought Fox, they released all their shit movies, digitally and shit. And why would they be holding on to this movie and not releasing it? If they would have, they're holding it all the way till Christmas time. Like, why would they do that? But then, like, this movie gets no marketing whatsoever. Like, before COVID, we had so many trailers for this movie. I remember seeing the trailer over and over and over again. Since COVID, it's like it's fucking gone. Like, I haven't seen a single trailer for this movie. So why are they not marketing it? So I don't know. Part of me thinks it's going to be good. Part of me thinks it's going to be horrible. I didn't like The Last Kingsman. I don't know. But
this movie was supposed to come out, what, 2019?
Yeah, Fox
and it came out. It was supposed to come out before the COVID delays.
Yes, it was.
So that's my red flag. I'm hoping it's just a red flag, and hopefully it's watchable. Hopefully it was better than the last one, because I really didn't like the Golden Circle that much.
Yeah, me neither.
And I really like Matthew Vaughn as a director. I don't know why he's like, I gotta stay in the Kingsman franchise.
I know.
I'm like, dude, move on, do something different.
Yeah.
Like Kingsman, the first Kingsman movie is an awesome action movie, one of my favorite movies that year it came out. Move on, do something else. Do like what you did with like Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class. Go do that Superman movie you were wanting to do. That would have been cool, but
I'm also wondering if maybe Disney and him don't see eye to eye.
I think that's a lot of it too.
But then why are they holding on to this movie? I just
because they have to release it. They have to. They want to release it to make money. So
they think it's got enough name recognition that it's going to make them a little bit of money.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so weird. Why not release this in August? It's been done for 3 years.
Or now, if we hear in a week, it's like, yeah, we're gonna move this to the second week of January.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yep, this movie sucks.
Yeah. Then I'll know for sure. I'll be like, whoops. Well, because have you seen a trailer for this in the last 3 months? Because I haven't.
I saw one. I've seen the commercial on TV last few days watching sports, and it's more of a show of you see more of the old Kingsman did the new stuff. So that's another red flag there. Because you have Taron Egerton in there and Colin Firth, and scenes for the first movie. He said, you know what it means to be a Kingsman? And then it goes back and then it shows like a clip or two. I was like, I got a bad feeling about this. I hope I'm wrong, but I got a bad feeling about this.
I hope it's good.
Okay, let's move on to the next weekend. Or no, actually, continue this weekend. We have a movie which I had no interest in seeing, even though they had one good trailer. But then I saw Encanto this weekend, and I was like, "Yep, this movie looks like crap." And that is Sing 2.
Yeah, there was a new trailer before Encanto, and I will admit it wasn't as good. I don't know, because this is another movie I don't know. Like, at first I was like, I don't really like Sing that much. Like, I thought it was average, the first movie. Only watched it the one time. But then these trailers, I kept being like, well, maybe this would be good. I don't know. We're going to rewatch the first thing before this comes out, but it could be crappy. I think the storyline that they're doing about the retired singer, and I guess something happened with his wife or something, and is why he doesn't sing anymore. That storyline seems to be like the storyline I'm interested in. The darker, more.
But the problem with these elimination movies is they throw in all these different storylines.
I know.
And they're just
Yeah.
like, let's just do it all. Let's do it. Let's just do all the storyline
Yeah.
that we can do.
And that's how the first movie was. We followed like 20 characters, and
Yeah,
they
I
all had
wanna-
different stories. And
Just follow one story. If it's a good story, I'll follow. If it's a bad story, at least you tried and stick it to a story instead of they're like let's go with the TV show approach. We can do all these stories because we have 10 hours worth of story. No, you got an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes at max, or 2 hours.
I think it's part of too Illumination. You know, they still want to make the movie for kids, which I know Pixar does a better job at this, and they want to sell merchandise. So it's like, oh, we got to have our goofy ass characters in here too, doing dumb shit. But we also want to be Pixar and have this serious storyline in the background. So I don't know. It may be crap. I don't know. I'm going to see it though because I just want to torture myself. I guess I don't know.
I guess
Kia really wants to see it, and
you'll see a movie that might also be crap right next to it.
No way.
And that is The Matrix Resurrections.
No way. We're starting this series this week, and I think this is going to be good.
Okay, I hope you're right. And the trailer is good. I'm not giving anything away for the trailer. It's a good movie trailer. However, I do not forget those Matrix 2 and 3. And Wachowskis have not made a good movie since.
Which is only one Wachowski doing this one.
Right, but it doesn't matter. Regardless of if it's one Wachowski, two Wachowskis, five Wachowskis, or how many other there are in the world, they had not made a good movie since 1999. Guess how long 1999 has been, Rainey? Over 20 years ago.
True.
It has been 21 years since the Wachowskis have made a good movie. So that is what is against this movie. If this movie was a story told by the Wachowskis, and then you had the John Wick director came in and did the Matrix Resurrection, I would be all on board for that. But I don't trust Wachowski's direction after 21 years of crap since 1999. I just don't trust them.
So you're saying this week in December, all three of these movies are going to be hot garbage? That's what
yes,
you're saying.
Yes, I'm saying all three of these movies are going to be hot garbage.
This week.
Choose your poison. Which one is not going to kill you? It's heroin. This is heroin. Which heroin dealer are you going to go to that is not going to kill you? I will admit,
there is no way that all three of these movies are good. There's a better chance that maybe one of these is a good movie, and I would put my money on The Matrix.
Well, I hope you're right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for sci-fi. I like the Matrix movies. I like the Wachowskis. I even like their, Jupiter Ascending. V for Vendetta, which is
not their movie,
but they were writers and they were involved.
Right, but it's not their movie.
So I'm also, because I like Jupiter Ascending, that I am a little more forgiving on the cheesier aspects of their sci-fi material.
That doesn't make it good.
So I don't know. I'm gonna rewatch Matrix. I'm even gonna watch the Animatrix these next couple weeks. I'm excited to do it. I haven't watched them in forever, and that hopefully will get me pumped for this movie, and hopefully it's good. But you're right, it could be garbage. But
well, when you do your review on Letterboxd, you can say, "Well, Darth Vader was right." This movie was hard, or you're gonna. So, all right, let's move on to just 3 days later, than the 22nd, on Christmas. Merry Christmas on that day. We have one movie which I think could be good. I don't know if it's a top 10 worthy movie, but it might just be an enjoyable film, and that is American Underdog. This is the story about Christian Leitner, starring Zachary Levi. Anna Paquin's in the movie, about how it goes from grocery getter to playing for the St. Louis Rams and winning a Super Bowl for them. I mean, I like a sports movie, and football's not my favorite sports movie stories. And it's funny that this month we actually have 2 football movies coming out, and this one's a little more optimistic and hopeful. Than it's a cool story. I'm looking forward. I'm back on the bandwagon of. I'm back on the campus saying like I might want to check this out. This could be good.
Yeah, I really like Zachary Levi, and I'm a sucker for sports movies sometimes. And this just looks like it's going to be just inspirational enough. I don't really know the whole story behind Kurt Warner, so I'm interested to learn about it. Even though the trailer kind of gives away the entire story, um, but I want to see it. I want to see it. I've been wanting to see this movie for a while, so. And I'm seeing down here Licorice Pizza expansion on December 25th. So this is going to be a Nashville movie right here. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, it's got good reviews.
I think so. I can't believe they didn't show you this trailer at your other indie movie that you went and saw. It looks really good.
So another movie coming out this weekend, which is another one I really want to see. It's the next Coen Brothers movie. Is the Tragedy of Macbeth, starring Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand. I think it's some other people I know, but I'm just gonna stick it there. This looks good. I love the story of Macbeth. I love Denzel. I've never seen Denzel in a Coen Brothers movie, so that's interesting. And it's got a Coen Brothers staple with Frances McDormand in the movie, and I'm looking forward to checking this out.
So I saw this trailer. And I am going to make two predictions in this. I'm not going to see this movie, and it will probably make your top 10 list because I just can. It's black and white. It's like in an A24 movie. It's the trailer made no sense. They're doing it's freaking what Macbeth is. What's his name? William Shakespeare, isn't it Shakespeare?
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Yeah, and they're speaking in tongue. I'm not going to see this movie. I can tell you,
dude. This is a Nashville movie.
There's no way.
This is a for sure Nashville movie.
We may be splitting up for this one.
Oh my god, we have split up since 2016.
We may have to go see separate movies if this is one that you want to see, but. I got a feeling it probably get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Calling it now, probably Denzel.
Man. It looks good. Denzel, you love Denzel.
I do. But when I was sitting there watching this trailer, I was like, "This is not for me. It's not for me." But we'll see. But I got a feeling it's not for me. I like my Macbeth told in Lion King form.
But that's Hamlet.
I like my Hamlet told in Lion King form.
I mean, there's some good Macbeth films out there. Throne of Blood by Akira Kurosawa. It's a very interesting take on the Macbeth story.
Didn't we get one just a few years ago with?
Yeah, it was called just Macbeth with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
And that one was just a direct reading Shakespeare script and all that. So
this didn't look far from that.
So I'm interested. It's also Coen Brothers too, and it's Joe Coen who's directing the movie. It's been a few years since I've seen a Coen Brothers movie in theaters. I think their last one was the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, whatever it is. So
the fact that this is an Apple movie too that is getting a nationwide release. Most of the Apple movies get limited releases and then go nationwide or just go to Apple Plus. This one's not doing that. So that makes me think, oh, this movie must be good. Like they must think that this is but I don't know.
Okay, the other movie coming out this weekend, which is another movie which has Denzel Washington's involvement in this movie, is A Journal to Jordan.
I saw the trailer for this and I thought, man, this looked good. What?
Yeah, I mean, this could be good. It could be bad. I mean, I love Michael B. Jordan, and
he's the director.
It's directed by Denzel, so Denzel's kind of competing with himself a little bit this weekend. So this could be good or it could be bad.
So it's like a
Dear John. A little bit, where he's writing
like we're reading his letter.
Yeah. So I think a lot of it depends on how good this female is for the movie because it's her first big time movie, and it feels like she has to kind of carry a lot of this film on her shoulders whenever she's home and stuff. So it's not all just Michael B. Jordan. So it just depends on do the leads have a good chemistry, and does it deliver? I mean, Denzel. I mean, he's a decent director. I don't think he's a great director like some other actor turned directors, but I mean,
I like
we'll see.
Fences. Didn't he direct that
Yeah,
one?
Fences was
Yeah.
fine. So I
Yeah.
mean, it had some good performances, but directing wise, I didn't think it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I think the acting in that movie is great. I just don't think the direction was the greatest in Fences. So and also in Fences, you only have to. It's a play where it was all shot in one location.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
All right, move on to the final day of December. Last two movies that maybe qualify is we have one movie called The Lost Daughter, which is Olivia Colman and forgot who else is in this movie, but it's
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah,
that's the other half of 50 Shades of Grey, isn't it? And Dakota Johnson. Oh my God! Directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
You know that it's got 92 on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment. Its story is a college professor confronts her unsettling past after meeting a woman and her young daughter while on vacation in Italy. Her obsession with the woman and her daughter prompts memories of her early motherhood.
Oh, that sounds so good! I can't wait to open up a thing of popcorn, turn on Netflix, and watch the Seaside Vacation Memory. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Horrible? What's wrong with you, man? You hate everything.
It doesn't suck me in, buddy. It's not.
I mean, it sounds like for me, it sounds like a good story, and I mean, it's Netflix. You go right home, watch it, turn it on, and see if you like it. So I think that's a lot of the appeal to it. And Living Hope and Netflix has been making some pretty good movies, especially movies that have been nominated for Oscars the last few years. So this is a very Oscar-y movie, and I'm interested in checking it out.
Wow, I just now looking at Cyrano, which I know is what we're getting ready to talk about, because I'm already over talking about that other movie. January 21st is when it's supposed to go nationwide. It's just crazy. Cray. They're just getting it in just enough to get that rewards taste.
Yeah. All right, so coming out, and then the last movie coming out of the year, which will a film that will most likely not be able to qualify for our top 10s, which sucks because I want to see this movie. It kind of would end the year of the musical. This is a musical, isn't it? It's Cyrano or Cyrano, however they say it. It's Peter Dinklage. It's somebody else I really don't know, but it's this love story, and I think it looks good. I mean,
I do too.
I hope it ends the year on a good musical, because if West Side Story is good, then we would have had like 5 or 6 decent musicals that come out in 2021. Kind of brought back the musical genre a little bit, and for
this is another Broadway play brought to life. Is directed by Joe Wright, which is interesting.
Oh, okay, I like Joe Wright.
But yeah, man, when I saw this trailer a couple of months ago, and I was like, man, that looks good. And I saw it again just this past week when I went and saw some movies, and I'm like, man, I really want to see this movie. And then when it said coming to theaters, and I was in Clarksville, and I was like, oh, it's gonna come here. And then I searched it up online, and they were like, well, it is, but not anytime soon. It's disappointing because I really want to watch this movie before we do our top 10.
I know, but you can always, whenever you do your review, on Letterboxd, and I'll probably do the same thing when I do my review of this movie, is if this movie came out before, it could have made my list, or you're like, good, I didn't have to worry about it. So that ends the month of movies. Like I said, a lot of movies coming out in December. A loaded month. Looking forward to watching some of these movies and getting back together face to face as we do our annual top 10. I will have a 2021 movie montage come out probably sometime in December. I'm hoping. I usually like to get it out during Christmas. So just say Merry Christmas to Dark Easy, to the Easy Nation. This is your Christmas treat. So I'll try to have that done. I may. It just depends on how much free time I have. So, which I should have some time. So it just means I have to get busy and start editing stuff. And it's a lot of work. So yeah, guys, that ends another episode of the Easy K Show. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If we haven't said it once, it's a happy late this Thanksgiving. And now that we are almost officially in the Christmas season, which doesn't technically start until Wednesday, as I say, because Christmas doesn't start till December. I hate people that start it's like November 1st. Christmas tree, let's go! Christmas, Merry Christmas, mother effers. And I just like, no, Christmas starts in December. It's just, daily, yeah. I hate people that put Christmas trees up before December. I'm just saying that. So, guys, make sure you check out Rennie Cage at his letterbox. He just posted reviews of movies of last Gucci movie. Is it just House of Gucci?
House of Gucci, yeah.
House of Gucci,
Encanto,
and King Richard, right?
King Richard. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. Yep.
Oh wow! Well, there we
Teaser.
go, guys. Spoilers! Hey, you can check out my YouTube channel. I've just posted reviews of. I have reviews of King Richard that just posted yesterday. I also this week I'll have reviews of Encanto and Belfast, a movie that people should definitely watch. It's a movie that is really good, and I'll have other reviews too. I'm watching some TV. I'll have a review of the first season of The Morning Show out this week as well, and I'll probably have my second season of The Morning Show next week. So stay tuned for that. So guys, until next time. Oh yeah, next week we are doing top 10 Steven Spielberg movies for West Side Story coming out that following week. So it's gonna be a fun list to talk about. It's a director I can't believe we haven't talked about a top 10 yet. So I'm looking forward to talking about it. I'll talk about Steven Spielberg. There's a lot of good movies. It's gonna be a hard list to get down there, but it'll be interesting. So, guys, until next week.